There is one thing that I've always asked myself. Did Raila actually died in India or he died in Kenya? Allow me to bring to you these happenings of events after the death of Raila Odinga and maybe before. And basically, this is my analysis using the available information to just try to understand this thing. Don't say it is truth. Don't say it's false. This is my observation as an investigative journalist to analyze the occurrence of events and really, me and you have this thing together. That did Raila Odinga died in India? And indeed, if he died in India, did he died of cardiac arrest? Okay? So there are 3 or 4 points or events that I will highlight. Then maybe at the end of this video, project if we have the answer, yes or not. But it is just something based on the happenings. One is that during the day, Right Honorable Raila Odinga died, President William Ruto was busy signing bills into law in State House. That is one. Okay. 2 is that when the news broke up and President William Ruto had gone to Raila Odinga's home and back to State House, where he issued a statement informing the country that the ODM party leader is dead. Upon the committee was formed, there was one team that was supposed to go to India to go and bring back the body of Right Honorable Raila Odinga, and there is another team of Dr. Oburu Odinga and the Deputy President Kithure Kindiki to chair the burial committee after President William Ruto said Raila will be accorded a state funeral. We are together. Then I want us to look at the events when the contingent of VIPs who were traveling to India, being led by the Prime Cabinet Secretary Musalia Mudavadi. In there were people like Murkomen, and there was somebody of person of interest there, Raila's sister, Ruth Odinga. Are you getting me? Then now, I want to bring you into speed. That at one particular point, the daughter of the late Right Honorable Raila Odinga, Winnie Odinga, said babake alikufa kwa mikono yake while they were in India. Right? Then, when Ruth Odinga was accompanying the likes of Musalia Mudavadi to go and repatriate the body of the fallen soldier, our fallen father of freedom, Raila Odinga, from India to Kenya, he accompanied the team. And during an interview where she said something, nobody took it serious. And nobody understand what she said. Maybe it was a mere words, but for me, I've gotten something that now kept me asking myself.
You are the same people, especially you as a Gen Z, who's telling me about the outpouring of love when he's dead. How about when he had not died and he was well, and you were saying that akufe? He died only knowing you people telling him that you prefer him dead. It is only us who are now seeing the outpouring. But how about Baba? He would have loved you people to have more love. So I say, for those who said those things when he was still alive, it was really wrong. But for those who have shown their love right now, hamukujua, the reality would be this. But the loss is for Kenya. When I laid him down and I stopped the machines, I said Kenya has lost. Kenya He's lost. I don't know where it's going without Raila. Thank you. Can I just go?
Tuweke hiyo kando, tuje kwa hii sasa. When the team had now landed in Mumbai, India, according to Stephen Leto, the senior political journalist from Citizen, say that after landing in India, Mumbai, India, the journalists were told to go their way. And the VIP, led by Musalia Mudavadi, were taken to a VIP lounge. Right? VIP lounge. And one particular thing that Stephen Leto said is that first thing he saw was the coffin believed to be bearing the remains of the late Right Honorable Raila Odinga, being wrapped up in a Kenyan flag. 2, while he was being interviewed by Murithi of NTV, I believe, Stephen Leto said the VIP lounge and where the casket was 30 meters to where the plane was, and that the engine of the Kenya KQ-002 was not switched off, it was running. Get me right. That now it was just kushuka, kuingia miti, kutoka, direct to the plane. And they started the journey coming back to the country. That is okay? In that particular point, Stephen Leto said nobody was allowed to view the body of Right Honorable Raila Odinga in that casket, that we waited for almost 7 hours to arrive to Kenya. Begging the question, was it an empty casket or was Raila's body inside the casket?
When we landed, number one, we were told, first of all, the media team, use this go to this bus. The other team that was led by Musalia Mudavadi, PCS, were told to go to the lounge. The first thing to see was the coffin. The coffin had already been brought. The next person I see is Ogeta. The other people I see are 4 gentlemen surrounding the coffin. What is around the coffin? We see a lot of military officers for India. That plane was not switched off. The engine was still running, because the moment we got there, we prayed with the body. It was draped in the Kenyan flag, straight to the cargo side of the KQ.
How much time is this? Are we talking about?
We are talking about 1.5 hours.
So within 1 hour you have arrived?
Yes.
The government officials have been taken to the VIP?
Yes.
The media team has been left on the aeroplane side?
The VIP is adjacent to where the coffin was. It was brought outside the lounge.
But you were outside now looking at the drapes?
And where the VIP lounge was and where the body was like 30 meters from where the plane was.
Let's go. After it landed in JKIA, the same coffin was now removed from the KQ cargo luggage deposit side and now handed to the Kenya Defense Forces. One thing I ask myself is, if your best person dies, you are the first person to go and confirm that indeed he or she has died. Mama Ida Odinga never went to India. His brother, Dr. Oburu Odinga, never traveled to India. The only person who was in India was his daughter, Maurice Ogeta, and the said personal doctor of Right Honorable Raila Odinga. There is a clip that was released from India that people now say it was the last work for Right Honorable Raila Odinga. Nobody questioned the date of that video. Tuachane na hiyo, tuje nyumbani. After Raila body landed in Kenya at around 9:30 in the morning, after the casket was handed over to KDF, there is also reports that there was Indian military plane that arrived earlier in Kenya. Not confirmed, but it was allegations. Based on the available information, we want to see and diffuse this information well. We get to know, did Raila died in India or he died in Kenya? And if indeed he died in India, did he die of cardiac arrest? That is my question. Now, the military police and the police who were manning the Kenya airport, JKIA, allowed Raila supporters to breach the VIP gates and let the people in so that they can create confusion that there was a disturbance. And now, there is something here I want us to see. There is a video that later came out circulating, showing some changes mahali when the police, when the KDF exchanged Raila's body sijui kwa gari gani. And then at the end of that video, there is some sounds from background saying, wacha tutengeneze mwili ya baba, then iende wapi? Kasarani.
Sanduku nayo kuna sanduku hapa. Kitambo sana hapa. Sanduku zile magari ziko pale mbele na sanduku hapa. Sawa sawa baba. Sawa.
Leave aside that. When now the timetable for Raila Odinga's arrival from India was the body to be taken to Lee Funeral Hospital or Lee Funeral Home, then go to Parliament buildings. Kenyans have a chance to view the body and pay their last respect, then back to Lee Funeral Home, then now goes back to his home in Karen for an overnight vigil. That was the plan. But when Kenyans bridged to enter JKIA, the timetable changed, that the body of Raila Odinga will be moved directly to Kasarani. Then people view the body and give their last respect, then goes back to Lee Funeral and now awaits to be airlifted to Kisumu. Got me? But along the way, things change. The Kenyan entourage and the Raila's diet supporters escorted the same coffin that had been flown from India to Kenya, then headed direct to Kasarani. One thing that I want you to observe was the military police was sitting on top of a coffin, something that would not happen in Kenyan police or military rules. Raila Odinga was once a prime minister in this country, equivalent to a deputy president. So you don't have a right kukalia jeneza ya kiongozi. That is against the law. And nobody, even the jeshi oneself, would allow himself to sit on top of a coffin of a leader of statures of Raila Odinga. Right? Then now the juicy part is here. When they wanted to enter the Kasarani Stadium, at the gates, the supporters had already fixed, or they were already in Kasarani, are full before even the body arrived. What force or what happened next was KDF themselves. This is not police. KDF had to fire juu kupiga risasi ndio watu watoke, mwili ya Raila ingie. Or that is where now the calculation came. The KDF and those people who were taken Raila's body, we don't know when, to leave funeral, to prepare it, is that the body of Raila Odinga was coming from a different side. And the coffin that Kenyans had been following was now empty. There is now, after the firing of bullets to disperse the crowd, that is now the real body and the jeneza yenye sasa Raila alizikwa nayo came into being. That between the time the police used tear gas to disperse the crowd in Kasarani and the time President William Ruto was viewing the body, that is now Kenyans were like, ala, umebadilisha jeneza tena? It was not. It was just a way of confusing Kenyans to bring the body of Right Honorable Raila Odinga from Lee Funeral Home with now the casket the government had prepared, the VIP casket that you saw, that had coat of arm uko ndani. Na ukiangalia ile ya India ni ile rejareja ya watu kwa chini kama suseme nani, but ilikuwa tu ile ya rejareja ya chini hapa na pale. But now that is the thing. So when Kenyans were receiving the body of Right Honorable Raila Odinga at the airport, the same casket to Kasarani, when was it changed? That now it was a different coffin when Kenyans went to view the body after President William Ruto paid his respect. That is one. Another one. Two, let's go back to my previous pre-analysis that is something does not add up. And prior to Raila's death, Mr. Wamunyoro touched on something. There are also stories that Raila was in Dubai before en routing to India. And according to my analysis, something is not adding up. Indeed, we can't have the right answers to judge whether Raila died in India or Raila died in Kenya. And if indeed, why did Ruth Odinga said that he switched off the machines, while the reports is that Raila died of cardiac arrest? Was he in ICU? And if it was in ICU, then where was he? Was he in India or was he in the country?